All right, Q&A, question and answer. Lawrence, what's up, man?
What's the deal? What's going on?
Everything's good, man. You're a successful entrepreneur, right?
I would call myself that.
Yeah. Why do you say that? Why would you call yourself successful?
You know, I'm definitely very successful, but to other levels, some women may not deem me as so successful.
Yeah, but why do you feel like you're successful?
Because I've been able to accomplish most of my goals and still head in that direction. So I think that's what success looks like.
I love it. I ain't mad at that. Well, let's get into this Q&A, man. I think it's so interesting that even successful people have questions, right? I know I have questions, and I actually ask them all the time. As soon as I can find whenever I find somebody who does anything better than I do, which is a lot, there's a lot of stuff that I don't do well. Couple things that I do well, I lean into those, but the rest I have questions about. So let's get into it, man. What is your first question for today?
I guess one of the things I don't do well is, I guess, marketing.
Okay.
So definitely want that aspect with the specific genre I'm in, just how to market that better. My ebook, of course.
Tell us about it.
The ebook is basically just simplifying the process of being able to sue the credit bureaus, but basically the goal is to get them to settle.
Simplify the process of suing the credit bureaus.
That's correct. It already sounds intricate already, don't it?
It sounds interesting.
I like that eye. That's
okay. Keep going.
So basically, you know, the bureau bullies out there where they teach people the certain laws, and there's a learning curve usually because you buy the book and most people just don't seem to be that adept to learning. So I thought about a simpler process to where they don't feel like they have to go over that learning curve and then execute. So it's basically telling my story, people using the story to their advantage.
Okay. So you tell your story and people use your story to their advantage.
Yes. Meaning
you sued the credit bureau?
Many times and helped many others.
Many times. Give me one.
Like when I've been doing credit for 11 years and I started with my credit first.
Yeah.
So I was a victim of identity theft and I kept sending in letters and letting them know, doing my research, finding letters and temp. But I'm like, this isn't working. Like, why do they keep saying verify? What are they verifying? I'm like, I obviously didn't do it.
Right.
So it's like, all right. So I started doing research, finding people online. They say, oh, well, the computers are ran by the e-Oscar system. And so you do more research capability. So it's like, now I understand why it seemed like no one is listening. Because no one is listening. It's computers. Right. So I'm like, okay, how do I get these people to come to the table to where I can talk to them about all these laws that they're violating? Because the 9 times out of 10, you just get frustrated.
Yeah.
That's what most people do. They say, you know, I'm just not dealing with credit. I'm gonna spend all cash. I'm like, that can't be. So me, myself being in a situation, I'm like, all of my studies show some of the most successful people use credit.
Yeah.
And with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki being in the background, I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how do I use credit. Yeah. So it was the main goal for me to just figure out how do I get my credit right? And I was willing to do anything. So with me trying and bumping my head, I came across research and said, you know what, you can sue them and they won't come to court. Because I'm like, they won't come to court? Why won't they come to court? So I started to realize, I'm like, oh yeah, what it costs to pay a lawyer, what them that got to go send. And then the fact that they're actually just doing people wrong, but most people don't understand their process, so they don't never know that they're being done wrong.
Really?
So first understand the process that computers are running the system and people aren't reading the letter. It's like, dang, how do I get someone to read my letter? If I sue them, now we got to have a real conversation about what I've been sending you, and it ain't about the computer anymore. So I'm like, all right, but what are you suing for, Lawrence? You don't know law. You're going to have to pay a lawyer. So I started just studying. I'm like, defamation of character. You're reporting something that's not accurate, and I've already made you aware of it. And when you continue to report that, you're defaming my name.
Yeah.
A simple thing anyone can understand. You don't have to be a lawyer. So now that's our angle of how we go in there and challenge them. Hey, look, here's defamation of character. Challenge me and telling me you didn't. We know they did. So they like, hey, look, can we settle? How do we settle? And that's really how it started.
So do you sue them like for the money, or they just take the stuff off your credit?
And that's what started at first. Me just wanting deletions because I know the power of credit. But then I started understanding the industry again, listening to consumer law lawyers, and actually understand the consumer law that they were breaking. I'm like, hey, this is a monetary advantage along with a deletion. So it started with just getting deletions, but then it ended up, oh yeah, you got to pay me for all this time and energy that you just took from me.
Have you gotten paid from the credit bureau?
Yes.
Give me an example.
Many people have.
Give me an example of a situation where you made some money or they paid you.
So in this example, I'm not really a teacher. I'm just telling my experience. And a lot of people, they like to hear me tell my experience and go step by step with it. So basically they can just mimic it. And then if you say...
No. I'm saying, what was a scenario where you sued the credit bureau and they paid you?
I got it.
Okay.
Right. So in this process, just lastly, it was with TransUnion was one of them. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, these inquiries are not mine. I've disputed it the way I should, but then I know it's computer, so I know. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and sue. But in Alabama, the maximum small claims is $6,000. So you'll sue for something under that. I sued for $4,000. I say, all right, we'll settle for half.
So $4,000, and they gave you $2,000.
Yes.
And they deleted the inquiries or whatever.
Of course, yes. And many people have gotten the book and done the same thing. That's what I post on my page.
Oh, wow.
Other people getting results and actually getting the checks from them along with the deletions.
That's pretty dope.
I think so. That's why I really think every time someone hears it, they love it. So I'm like, dang, more people probably should hear this.
Yeah.
So
the objective is getting this word out more. I've never heard that. You ever heard that, Trey? People suing the credit bureau? I didn't know that. And maybe I'm just not in the space. Like, is it a common knowledge thing amongst people in it?
No, it's not. That's why so many people in this space have clung to it, because that's why I like to call it the light at the end of the tunnel. Most people just go on that dark alley and it's just dark and frustration. Mm-hmm. Now we got a solution, because it's like all those things I was fighting for to get, I can now challenge them now. So it's brought a new life back into people who've been struggling with that.
All right. Okay. So, all right. This is really, really dope. I want to go to your page right now, okay? And what's your Instagram page?
IOMD as in dog, UB as in boy, and then number 4.
Yep.
That's the white Panamera in the picture.
And okay, so one, why the white Panamera?
That was one of my cars I had and I liked, so I just posted as a picture. You know, luxury cars get people attention, so I thought, why not a good profile picture?
Maybe. I'm not mad at it. Okay. Financial literacy expert. Why that title on the bio?
Because I've made my business to understand literacy and finances beyond like a financial advisor, really excelling in the financial industry with all the financial decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis.
Cool. So are you getting into financial literacy coaching in all aspects, or is this your primary niche where you're suing the credit bureaus?
That's funny that you asked. Financial literacy, I have academy I'm offering as well, teaching people all these different things, but the suit process or just my story, we be able to talk to people and help them through that process as part of the financial academy. So it works, because if you want financial literacy and you have bad personal credit, your first hurdle is to clear your personal credit. But if you're dealing with the issue where they won't remove certain items and you need to sue them, so we got that bundled in there.
Yeah. So my question is, we have a lot of real estate on your bio. And I see Lawrence A. Hicks, then I see financial literacy expert, and then I see a website that links to a bunch of other links. Mm-hmm. I would probably put something about sue the credit bureau, something like that.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, if we're going and we want everything to be consistent in your branding, right? So we got the car. Your name is IOM Dub 4.
That's for my shirt, my clothing line. It stands for I'm on my way.
Yep.
Up. See, it's a little arrow. So, if
Gotcha.
you whatever journey you're at, I'm on my way if you feel like you're doing what is required to get to the next level.
Cool.
So it's only a matter of time.
Okay. I mean, well, we may need to put something like that in our bio. I'm just saying, you're fairly new on social media. I don't know how long you've been, but we're about to change all of this because this ain't it, right? Okay. So we got to be very, very clear as we start driving. So my name is Sleep is for Suckers on there, but only because that was my t-shirt brand when I first started. And now I don't sell t-shirts anymore, but the brand is so widespread now. It's on 300 plus podcast episodes. And I've been in the game. I've been playing a social media game for a while. It may be a little challenging for me to change it right now. Mm-hmm. But while you don't have any traffic, one, I would either consider the name being something that you can like market and lean into, because IOMB Dub 4.
DUB.
IOM. So it's not Dub.
Yeah, it is Dub. You know, it's instead of the acronym right. IOMW for W being way, we put Dub there instead of a W.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I was in your case and I didn't have a big following, I would probably make it more direct to what it is that I do.
Okay.
And making it a little easier to say it. How would I like, yo, you follow my man Lawrence? What's his page? I right? I keep my name. It's Sleep is for Suckers. People can say that. It's easy. Like they get it, right? There's only one of those. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So if I were you, and I'm not saying you have to change it, but I wouldn't make my name based off of my clothing brand. I would make my name based off the goal that I'm trying to accomplish, which it seems like a financial literacy expert right now. Definitely. Again, so we got him 500. Nobody knows what that means necessarily, but he's already built a huge brand. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So if we're starting over in this direction, I would consider the car in the profile picture. I don't know. I know you used to sell cars, and maybe that was kind of like a thing on that. Also, that first line should be what people are searching, not your name. Female real estate guru. She's the female real estate guru.
So where I have financial literacy expert, is that
no,
the first
Lawrence
line?
A. Hicks.
Okay.
So the first thing you can put that, but the searchable thing is just me. Like I just learned this myself, but the name it should be like mine's is David Chan's Podcast King.
Okay.
So if someone's searching podcast, my name will show up because it searches off of that particular name on that first line.
Okay.
The very first line. I just learned that myself. Financial literacy expert doesn't say much alone. So if it says financial literacy expert, raise your credit score to X amount of points, or how to sue the credit bureau, or how to improve your finance. I teach people how to raise their credit score, something like that. You have a lot of real estate there, and you want to tell them as much about you as possible when it comes to your brand, what they can expect.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I know we have the link tree, and it leads to, which doesn't look bad, CEO of AAIT Enterprises. I would imagine that's Ask and I Tell.
Yep.
We got mad stuff going on. It's either IOM DUB or it's AAIT.
Which is my other company. That's basically the umbrella, the company, the enterprise that everything is under.
We cannot merge. It causes brand confusion. So you would imagine if I came on there, I don't know what IOMB dub means first. Then I go to your link tree and I see that the website is AAIT, and I see the AAIT on here, and I don't know what that means either. But I want to do as little as possible to not confuse my audience. Mm-hmm. And we got a bunch of stuff we sell, right? Mm-hmm. But you know what I did recently this past week? I changed I had a link tree page that led to a bunch of links, and I just put themorningmeetup.com. All right, look, becoming successful, it is very, very simple. You come up with an idea, but you have to wrap a brand around that idea, meaning you got to build an audience. That's what I'm an expert at. But you can have an audience and build a brand, but if you don't understand how to market to other people to get more eyes, more income into your pocket from your business, you'll just have a brand and an audience and be broke. Well, that's what Neo is a master at, okay? He taught me how to monetize my brand and my audience, but then there's another level because you'll start making all this money, but you got to find out what to do with the money. You can't just invest all of your money back into your business. You have to invest it into something that's going to help you grow well so that you don't have to build an audience, market that thing and make more money. So it takes care of you for the rest of your life, okay? That is what my brother Wall Street Trapper is the king at. So we decided, listen, each one of us can teach something amazing, but together we can give you a full-fledged success plan, okay? So listen, go to growyourbizsummit.com, growyourbizsummit.com for a complete playbook for 2023. Click the link right now, growyourbizsummit.com. And what happened was that very day I changed it, people started joining the morning meetup because they ain't have nothing else distracted them. It was crazy. If your goal is to like sell your ebook, buy my ebook here and click the link right there. It just takes people's focus so they can target what they want to do with you. Mm-hmm. I want them to join the morning meetup. That's it. I got a bunch of stuff to sell. They can go buy t-shirts. They can get my podcast ebook. They can listen to the podcast. And I get the philosophy on the Linktree thing. I'm just telling you my experience. Mm-hmm. And people started buying it. So if your goal is to sell more ebooks, just put the book there. And let's see what happens.
Okay.
Buy my book that teaches this, and this. Link right there. Mm-hmm. Got it? Also, we talked about it before, but I'll say it again. The content that you create needs to be a lot more targeted. No flyers. If it's an event going on, you put a flyer and it's this coming Friday, post it today, take it down today, post it again tomorrow.
Okay.
Take it off again at night. If you want to post it again, post it again. We're not going to have 4 flyers on our page, because we want people to come and enjoy it. So this is what I want you to do. Make a list of 50 things that you want to teach people. And it could probably be all the stuff in the ebook. Mm-hmm. Like all of it. Just write it all down and teach everything in the ebook. What happened is people will trust every video that you make and they'll still go buy the book. If you put everything in the ebook on your page, and it might be, 100 videos. For one, nobody's going through the 100 videos. But the one they see will lead them into the book, will lead them into the ebook. Yo, can you let him in real quick? It'll lead people into the ebook and they'll buy it. There's no amount of game that you can give people that's going to stop them from buying your product or service, even if all the stuff in it is online for free. So take 50 things, make a list. And I want you to make a video on all 50, still using your own personality.
I like
so what will be one thing in the book?
Just serving them. The correct addresses maybe, or how, or
give me one. Talk to me. What up, man?
So basically, a lot of people ask me this question sometimes: where do I send them to? Who do I send them to? And a simple thing is the regular dispute addresses work fine, whether at a P.O. box or not. Now, it could be state specific, so that's something you have to keep in mind too. Wherever you at, your state may be running things differently though. But as a general thing overall, you can send it to the regular dispute addresses. You don't have to run into this big hurdle, except for in California. They got their own registered agents in California, so you must locate the California registered agents versus just send it to a regular dispute address.
All right, give me one more, but look at that camera.
Another thing is when you get denials, actually, if you're going through the credit suit process, and when we talked about the monetary consumption, the best part about it is you can actually apply for things, get the denials, and when you go to sue them, now these denials help your monetary compensation. So you say, okay, I sued you for $10,000. I'm asking for $10,000. They say, why should we give you $10,000? It's because I have these denials, and these denials have cost me way more than $10,000. But since this is the maximum I'm suing for, I'm willing to accept that. So that's how you can heighten your odds to get more monetary compensation.
Give me another
one. Being patient. You know, a lot of times in the process, it's either waiting on them to serve you or you having to contact them from the contact information in there. But outside of those two things going on, it's just a stalemate. Nothing is going on. So that's when it requires you to be patient instead of just getting squirmy and thinking you got to do things. And sometimes people can even call down to the courthouse and say, hey, when was this served? Did y'all serve them back? Or what dates do you have so I can get a better picture of what's going on? So patience is very key, because I've just had a scenario where a guy contacted me And he said, I haven't heard from them in a month. And I remind him, I said, either of two things happened. He said, no. I said, okay, continue to remain patient. 2 weeks before he told me the court date was coming, he said, oh yeah, they contacted me, they settled.
I love it. I love it. So why don't you do this already?
The exposure. That's where I'm at right now, trying to get the exposure.
Not exposure, but I'm saying, why haven't you just started teaching this stuff on your social media? I'll tell you why. You didn't come here first. But you see how like that's just the practice.
Yeah.
Because I know we were talking earlier, like we just be in our head on content creation, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's a video. We clip this stuff up and we start putting it on social. The whole reason for our social media is not to entertain the people that follow us. The whole reason for your social media is for the people who don't follow us that will stumble on our page and they'll come and stay for a while.
Okay.
We got 30 videos on there, all with not only information, but personality, which like you got to throw some personality in there. You know what I mean? In the content, like you are talking to like some of your homeboys, or you're, for instance, if you were like on a date, it'd be a lot more, you would have said that a lot more swaggy, a lot more giggles, a lot more laughs, a bunch of little jokes. You feel me? But have fun with it. Have fun with it. And then you start creating that content. And this is when you start becoming an influencer, because now people are sharing. It's not about where you are right now. It's going to be primarily on the information and how you're framing it and if people like you or not. So my man, Myron Golden, people weren't really following him like that until he kind of like got on the podcast scene and started doing that kind of stuff. But his information is so potent. If you ever get a chance to listen to him, you're going to stay for a while.
I listen.
And you're going to, right, you'll go, the first time you listen to him, you probably listen to something else he had too.
Of course. Because
he's lit. It ain't about him having a big following. It's like, is this information good? So as you start creating more content, you'll get better and better at it.
Okay.
So amongst all the other stuff that we talked about 30 minutes ago, right? But that is another piece on like, we just gotta create a content, make this scary topic of credit and suing people fun, and just do it in abundance.
I like that idea.
Cool? I bet. So we got like 2 sessions in. Y'all only get one though. You know what I mean? All right, let everybody know how they can get the book and why they need the book.
Of course, you can get the book after I change my links and everything, right? Still in the link in the bio, on Instagram, IOMDUB and the number 4 with the white Porsche. Of course, you'll see a picture of me. A lot of change, but at this moment, IOMDUB and the number 4 on Instagram and Facebook. Lawrence, LAWRENCE, middle initial A, and then Hicks, HICKS, and I have links in those as well. And why? If you was a person like me that was just struggling trying to get results because you wanted to get on the other side of having great credit and all the advantages, and you can't get them to respond right, why not try this? What else do you have? This is an opportunity for you to get over that hurdle, and then the door, possibilities are just endless after that. So if you want results, haven't been able to get results, then I think this is worth a try to get those results.
There it is. Listen, man, make sure you go check it out. And if the ebook helps you, come back to this video, throw some comments, throw some, yo, I actually used it and it helped me. Like, show my brother some love before you get to 200,000 followers and that price go up. You know what I mean? So make sure you go to the website, follow my brother. Anything else you want to close out with?
I think that's it. Basically, like he said, definitely love results. The whole reason why I chose this angle is really just to help people. So I feel like my goal is accomplished if you being helped.
There it is. Can't do it no better than that. Listen, subscribe to the Social Proof Podcast on your audio device, your audio podcast experience. Okay, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure you hit the follow button on the Social Proof Podcast. That will help us out tremendously, okay? And hit the subscribe button on YouTube, all right? We love you. We out. Peace.
Yeah, what's more important right now, marketing your business or building your brand?
Building your brand, 100%. If you don't have a brand or an audience, what you gonna market?
You're right. But guess what? We're going to show them how to market their brand. We show them how to build their brand. Then we're going to show them how to keep money in their business.
Oh, trick question. You need it all.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. It's no fun being good at one thing. You need to be able to do all of those things.
For sure. That's why I'm glad we're doing this, man.
Yeah.
Because I can teach one thing, you could teach one thing, but it doesn't really give people the complete plan.
Right.
But once we get together and like give them the 3 pillars of success, it's over.
Yeah, listen to me, y'all. We doing something we've never done before, right? I'm talking about this has been months in the works. GrowYourBizSummit.com. Go there right now. Just go there, right? We're doing a free event, right? It's a free event, VIP option. We're literally giving you everything that we know, and we bring a bunch of guests to help you guys get to that next level. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Go to GrowYourBizSummit.com right now, and let's get ready to get it.
Right now.